I wanted to talk about what's happening this year, man. I'm very excited about it. Despite all of this, last year put me in this position where my whole fucking career, all my business was like, I will make videos and I'll break even money-wise on the videos, and that's fine because I'll make my money on tour. That was kind of how I ran my business. It's like musicians, you know, I kind of copied my business model from rappers, literally, like independent rappers. That's where I got a lot of my business sense from just doing what they did and applying it to comedy. So which was, you know, take a loss on the music, make your money on touring and merch. Whereas last year, obviously touring was gone. So it forced me into a position where I'm like, well, fuck, I need to figure out how to make the videos only profitable and do that properly and just do YouTube. And it worked really well. So that was kind of the only literally upside of, you know, all this COVID and all that kind of shit. And last year, that was the only upside of it for me was I figured out how to fix my thing. I figured out how to do YouTube properly. I obviously did the podcast properly for the most part. So I think that I want to keep that going. And then if touring comes back in, this leaves me with budget to hire another person. So if we're adding another person to the team, we're bringing on Jackson, who has done all of my second channel videos, if you've seen them. And he's also done a few main channel videos that you may have seen recently. He edited the English food video and a couple of others. You'll see it in the description. But we're bringing him on board, and we are going to just make it impossible for me to miss an upload. Because Keelan's with me 3 days a week. He's split between this and Luke and Lewis. But between Keelan and Jackson, we've got 5 days a week, all hands on deck with Lewis, and as well as myself, putting out content, because basically I just want to get to a point where the only thing I do is make real comedy for you guys, really focus on the writing and the performance and the stand-up, and that's it. I don't want to worry about posting and scheduling and editing and subtitling and all that kind of stuff that really slows me down on the creation front. Like, I want to just be putting out a really high amount of super high quality comedy. And at the moment, my brain can do that, but I just don't have enough hours if I'm also editing and posting. So we're trying to solve that problem. We would love to be able to bring Jackson on, like, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 days a week, whatever we can do, just to make the output of the content fucking ridiculous and really high quality. So I'm super excited about this year. That's what we're doing. I can afford Jackson for about a few months, and then I'm happy to say that I have booked in the comedy festival. Melbourne's locked in. I'm stoked for it. It's going to be fucking great. And I think I just pray to God that it doesn't get cancelled. Hopefully it won't, and I'll see you there. I'm not booking any interstate shows. Luke Kidgett was looking at booking Brisbane, and then they just shut the borders. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not even going to worry about it until we're all microchipped and walking around like Bill Gates automatons. So with the output that we want to hit, man, I'm bringing back Bi-Monthly Bull, and really I would say that the reason Bi-Monthly Bull was obviously just impossible last year. We didn't even try to do it because uploading and downloading that much footage and doing all of the editing, by the time we could actually get it done, everything we talked about was just irrelevant, because it is, you know, it is a fucking topical news satire show, so you do need to stay on top of things. You can't be doing shit like a week late. But that's another big reason why I'm bringing on another person, because really, Bi-Monthly Bull takes 2 full days to edit, because you've got to edit the video and then you've got to do all the graphics and make all the transitions and then do all of that kind of stuff. So what we're really trying to do is turn that 2 days into 1, because you have 2 people. So split it in half and then put it together at the end. And then that way I can really just focus on writing and performing the series. So I am really making it my goal this year to just do Bi-Monthly Bull properly, and hopefully, if I can do shows, have stand-up clips also once a month, every 2 weeks, whatever we can afford, depends on how often we're performing, or I'm performing rather. So that's kind of what we can look forward to. That's what I'm planning for, and that's obviously all funded on Patreon, which I'm very grateful for, to all the people who stuck by me this year, because I was really like, oh, fuck, I owe a lot of money from shows that never happened and flights that were venues that were paid for, and I assumed that a lot of people were going to jump off Patreon because they would be struggling through similar shit, which a lot of people did, and I totally understand, but a lot of people stuck by and they were like, man, I'm going to do it anyway, I'm going to figure it out, and that type of shit is like really special. So thank you very much to everyone who stuck on there, everyone who jumped on board, and all the people that are going to or thinking about it. I do appreciate it, because that's how we're really going to get this comedy out there. You know, like, that's another thing that kind of dropped off. Ad rates dropped off massively because businesses were doing it tough and they couldn't afford to advertise. It's kind of coming back to normal, but that, you know, does affect it. There's a lasting effect there. Merch sales were down, everything was down, but Patreon wasn't. So I do appreciate it, and that's fucking special. So all the people in the Discord and supporting, that's amazing, and I appreciate it, and that's what we're really trying to do. I think my goal with this year is to really just do what we wanted to do last year, which is just put out the best quality content that we ever have. I'm in the new house, I'm in the new studio, and there's hopefully going to be no restrictions, no more COVID here for the rest of the year, and we're just going to do what I planned to do when I moved in this place at the start of last year, which is just put out the best content of my life, take over the YouTube game, and be, you know, that fucking real comedy guy that you know and love. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're moving forward, and I'm happy to have you guys on board.